What is up, Dallas Cowboys fans? It's your old friend IndyCarTim here with your Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz live. Good morning, good Monday morning. And it's a cold Monday morning for you out there. It was like 85 degrees here in Dallas on Sunday, maybe even warmer. And then go to bed, wake up, go out to get the paper. Yes, I still get the paper each and every day, including Sunday. And it's a bit nipply outside, boys and girls. I'm not going to lie. It's just a bit nipply outside. But it's a refreshing change from the warm weather we had over Christmas. And by the way, if you didn't hear it on Thursday or Friday's show, then Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all of it. This is the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz. I'm IndyCarTim, and yes, the Cowboys have finally stopped the bleeding. We're not going to get too much into the game recap because we did that on Friday for you. But we will just refresh our memories a little bit as they go into D.C. on Christmas Day. They beat the Commanders 30-23, snap that 3-game losing streak. And look, if you needed a palate cleanser, you got one. But if you needed proof that this team still has the same annoying habits, well, you got that too. And of course, we need to start the show here before we get too hot and heavy into it with our dad joke. Got a lot of positive response from the dad joke that we're going to make a normal part of the show. And we've got a new sponsor here, as you guys watching the video screen can see. It is ZipRecruiter, today's show, and the dad joke. Brought to you by ZipRecruiter. More on them shortly. But today's dad joke comes to us from Joel in Flower Mound. By the way, if you want to submit your dad joke, send it info@fanstreamsports.com and just put dad joke in the subject. And if we use your dad joke on the air, you'll get one of these cool FanStream Sports hats. Just make sure you send me your address and everything. We'll send you that right there. It's a good hat. It's a Rydell. Of course, I won't be one that I've worn, obviously. Unless you want to pay extra for that. But Joel sends us, did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. Well done, Joel. Well done, Joel from Flower Mound. Now, let's talk some Cowboys. Of course, they came out on Thursday in the big win over Washington like they were shot out of a cannon. That first half, they just dominated. They scored on every drive, and you were thinking, how high can this score go? How can they possibly make Washington's defense look any worse? Well, then the second half happened. And it's like somebody just unplugged the offense. 0 touchdowns after halftime. Just 2 Brandon Aubrey field goals. But they survived because they were perfect on 4th down. 6 for 6 on 4th down. And while that sounds amazing, it's not normal. And I don't know that it's good. I mean, it's good, I guess, that you continue drives. But having to go for it on 4th down 6 times, that's not the plan. That's like a miracle and a red flag all at the same time. Now, the highlight of the day, and I discussed this a little bit on Friday on the post game, Dak to Turpin, 86 yards. It was a beautifully run route. He had perfect leverage, and Turpin hit the gas pedal, and it was curtains, and it was 6 points, and it was beautiful. It was glorious. And I've been real hard on KaVontae Turpin, mainly because of his poor decision-making in the kicking game. But that's exactly the kind of shot that you want more of. The middle of the open field, defenses leaning on CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. And then Turpin finds a seam and just screams down the middle of the field wide open. That's what we need from Turpin. And that's a real weapon if the Cowboys can continue to find that with him. Not these stupid 3rd and 7 option routes that he's been running, that they've been utilizing him with. Not not him just disappearing, but man, that slot, free release, attack the middle of the field. Yes, 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 and more, please. That's what they need. So what is it about this offense that causes the disappearing act in the after halftime? I don't know, but it's a real problem, and it's now obviously a pattern. In the first half, they're aggressive. They're hunting points. They're on schedule. And in the second half, everything about what they did in the first half suddenly becomes clunky. And it got really clunky on Thursday. Dak looked confused. He looked lost. He didn't have his best game, but I thought Dak played pretty well. Dak's played very well all year. Dak's not the problem here. But the Cowboys gave up 6 sacks. The protection was ugly, especially on the inside. And here's football truth. I've talked to a lot of people that are way smarter than me when it comes to stuff like this. Good defensive minds adjust at halftime. Good defensive coordinators on the other side will look and see what the Cowboys were successful at in the first half and make adjustments to try to take those opportunities away. They'll go look at their pretty little tablets. They'll identify some of the tells that the Cowboys probably have. They'll crank up pressure. They'll start, sending backers and safeties to try to disrupt Dak's rhythm. But here's the other key. Dallas offensively has to adjust to those adjustments, and lately they haven't. And that's on play calling. That's on protection packages. That's on the quarterback from time to time to make better decisions. And when those things don't happen, it's just a big headache, and it's not fun to watch. And also, Dak, I love you very, very much. But there were moments on Thursday when the ball's got to be thrown away. You got to live to fight another down. You don't get bonus points for taking a sack because you're trying to be a hero. And while your efforts are appreciated, they're not always what's best for the team. They're not what's best for a win. Brian Schottenheimer told the broadcast that the season can be summed up in one word for Dallas, and that was inconsistency. And at first glance, yes, I agree. But if we're being brutally honest about all of this, some of this team has been very consistent, just not in the ways that you want. Of course, the defense has been consistently leaky, consistently inconsistent. We could say that, I guess, if that's a thing. And the offense, the passing game's usually there. The run game sometimes comes and goes, but the second half execution is just a recurring nightmare. It's horrible. And that's a lot of that's on the defense, and a lot of it's on the offense not making those adjustments. So, the record kind of tells the story, 7-8-1. That's mediocre, middle of the road, middle of the league, whatever, no playoffs. And that's what this team is right now. It doesn't have to be, but that's what this team is right now. Look, one thing I liked from Thursday was Malik Davis and Javonte Williams. They ran hard. They were physical. They ran patiently, and they kind of gave the offense a little bit of a different look. I thought they had real good games. And I will even point out that I thought maybe some of their best plays weren't when they had the ball in their hands. It's when they were pass protecting. And I think that pass protection from your running backs matters way more than a lot of fans realize. Javonte looks like he's elite at pass protection for a back. Just literally able to clean up just about every mess when he's back there when the protection breaks down. And that's a huge hidden value for him, and that's probably a big reason why the offense looks so different when he's in there. And I'm okay with that. Malik Davis, I think, is also very, very usable in that regard. And I love that out of running backs. Zeke was pretty good at that too when he was here. So defensively, I thought the Cowboys had their moments. They had some solid coverage snaps, some hustle. Excuse me, this cold weather, man. It's getting my throat. But if you let a Commanders team with a third-string quarterback put up 23 points and they look comfortable doing it, that's kind of a problem. And I don't like it. It wasn't fun for anybody to watch that. But we all had to sit through it. So it is what it is. Let's, again, those of you watching on the video, you'll see our new banner across the top. That is our new sponsor. Thanks to the Believe Podcast Network chipping in with us here. And it is ZipRecruiter. And I have to read you this real quick. We'll make it quick because it might apply to some of you. And it's an amazing deal for you guys as, it's almost 2026, right? New goals, new personal goals, new business goals. And if you are one of those people at your job, or maybe you own the company, so it is ultimately your responsibility to do hiring, well, this is going to be a busy time of year for you because of those 2026 goals. And you have to find the right people to accomplish those goals. Can't do it all yourself, Dak, right? So unfortunately, you're going to have new hiring challenges for 2026. You got to fill specialized roles or identify qualified candidates from a huge pool of applicants. Everyone's looking for work these days. But thankfully, there's a place you can go to help you conquer those challenges and achieve your hiring goals. ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free. You'll see the website address right there on the screen, ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Their marketing technology works fast to help find you top talent so you don't waste time or money. You can find out right away how many job seekers are in your area and which ones are qualified for your role. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, should have read this first, huh? You can instantly unlock top candidates' contact info, and no wonder why ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. So let ZipRecruiter help you find the best people for your specific roles. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So head over to ZipRecruiter.com/audio and find out why ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. Thank you, ZipRecruiter. So look, now I head to the Giants. It's one more game. And I don't know that Dak needs to play, but Dak wants to play. And I'm pretty sure Dak's going to get his way. Schotty has not said he's sitting anybody. So we will see going into it. Bottom line, Cowboys won Thursday. But that second half fall off for this offense is very, very real. And the defense still looks like it's going to force major decisions in the offseason. New linebacker room, new safety room, and definitely a new defensive coordinator, please. Drop your biggest takeaway from the second half or just the game in general here in the comments. Are you buying the inconsistency explanation, or do you think it's something else? Would love to converse with you about all of that. And we'll feature some of those comments on a later episode. We will be back tomorrow morning with another Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz podcast right here on FanStream Sports. Appreciate everybody popping in here with us. Special thanks to ZipRecruiter. We'll be back Tuesday morning with another dad joke for you. As I said, get your submitted info at FanStreamSports.com. Use the subject line dad joke. And we will be keeping all of those. And like I said, we'll get you a brand new unworn FanStream Sports hat. Make sure you leave us your name and address and all that with that. And we'll get that out to you. Until tomorrow, boys and girls, we'll see you.